Guys, so since Diddy posted his apology, he has been radio silent. And Gene Deal, his ex bodyguard, actually his former head bodyguard, explains that Diddy will most likely go through with taking his own life. And now 50 Cent just dropped a major hint that Diddy did just that. So I'm Joseph Morris. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell. So Diddy's ex-bodyguard explains that Diddy is upset neither him or his kids will profit from anything Bad Boy ever again, and that his kids will suffer from the legacy Diddy left behind. So Diddy was talking about ending his life way back in 1991 after a sponsored basketball game by him at Citywide College resulted in a crowd crush that deleted 9 people. So in 1991, he hosted this basketball game and it was at capacity and people were like running and having like some sort of mosh pit. And then 9 people got stomped on until they were unalived. And that really impacted Diddy's mental state. And he said that he was going to delete himself. Then Diddy talked about it again in 1993 after being fired from Uptown Records. So this is what Gene Deal said, and it's pretty eye-opening. And as much as Diddy has done a lot of terrible things, I think this would be a cowardly way out. I want to know how you guys feel about it. But first, let's listen to what Gene Deal, his former head bodyguard, had to say.
I wouldn't be surprised if he do the ultimate sin. Because bruh, he's such a narcissistic that he couldn't stand not being somewhere and not being seen. His whole life, his whole career was about him being seen in the public. It was about him, taking everybody else's dreams and making them his. And now, him nor his kids would profit from anything from Bad Boy or Sean Puffy Combs again. His kids is gonna suffer behind this.
Wow, man, that's crazy to hear, man. And you knowing Diddy, you think it's a good chance he might take his life?
He was talking about taking his life at the City College thing. Yo, D. Ferg, ASAP Ferg's father, say, yo, man, we gotta watch him, man. This nigga talking about stuff. I say, so let him.
As if Gene Deal said
that week, I said, let him. And he said, Eugene, why you say that? I said, man, listen to me, man. He ain't no good to nobody if he talking about hurting himself. His life don't belong to him. His life belong to God. What he should be trying to do right now is work his way towards God now, for real, and not that devil he been worshiping. That those people got him believing, you understand, that's the true God. Because everything from what I know, since I've been around him, everything that's gone forward has been that of the devil.
Yeah, so I had no idea about the City College basketball game, but that was a horrific event for Diddy. And I had no idea that he has these sort of ideations here and there. And he has actually talked about it openly in the past.
I go through the same things that you go through. I was depressed for a while. I was just feeling like I didn't know what I want to do. I was uninspired. And that's part of the journey of life. That's part of the journey. The only way I was able to get out of it was I had to write down on one side of the page, this is the problem, and then on the other side, that this is the possible solution. And something as simple as that got me up out of that funk, got me up out of that low point. And I still dance in the darkness sometimes. So re-strategize and refocus and set a plan. That's the only thing that's gonna get you over that hump.
And yeah, I'm just gonna say that's some really great advice from Diddy, and it does make him seem relatable in a very genuine way. Now that relatability marketing is so big among celebrities, it's interesting knowing that he kind of suffers from the same thing like everybody else does, despite his celebrity status. Do I necessarily feel bad for him? No, I think, if you have trauma that you have inside you, it's best to deal with that with a therapist and not take it out on women such as Cassie. But hopefully he does get the help that he said he would. This is 50 Cent joking about saying, quote, "This my last Puffy post. I think he might delete himself," end quote. So apparently this is a huge thing with Diddy, and it's very known that he is predisposed to this. But after 50 Cent posted this, he actually took down the post. And that says a lot. Like 50 Cent is known to troll other people, especially Diddy, very, very hard. And when 50 Cent says he'll stop trolling you, that's when you know you're real down bad. But just in the past 12 hours, 50 Cent posted another update talking about how Diddy unalived himself. So 50 Cent writes, quote, "Damn, man, and I've never seen anything like this before. If you cool with Puffy, call him. He might boom himself. Mika, check on your man, Meek Mill." So he's basically saying that he's actually worried for Diddy, and nobody has seen Diddy in the past 24 hours, like since his apology. And of course, the status update is about the new SA case brought up against Diddy. So if you haven't heard, a woman named April Lampros claims Diddy SA'd her on numerous occasions decades back in New York City during the 1990s and early 2000s. One instance directly involved his late ex-girlfriend Kim Porter in 1996, where she was put on munch, because apparently they would have menage a trois. And I kind of feel bad for Kim being with this woman. I mean, I don't think Kim was necessarily a willing participant, because apparently Diddy would watch. It was also revealed that Diddy would secretly record these parties with these women, these 3 parties with women. I'm trying not to say the word. And she had no idea. She actually found out that he recorded her through someone else because he was sharing the video, which sounds like revenge porn laws written all over it. I mean, this guy is breaking every rule in the book right now. So if she can track down that video, this Lampros woman, she would have a very solid case. I mean, the other woman had DNA evidence. This woman could potentially have a video found in the raid. So Lampros said one instance with Diddy occurred in late 2000 when he was involved in a very public relationship with Jennifer Lopez, and that subsequent media reports from February 2001 indicated the one-time couple parted ways due to Diddy cheating, which wasn't true because the reality is that he was SAing this woman. Lampros said that Diddy's Willie was, quote, "adolescently in both length and width," end quote, which implies that his hot dog was small and as well that he was cut. But overall, this has been a very humiliating experience for Diddy. And now that we have 50 Cent pretty much implying that Diddy has taken it in his own life, I'm kind of worried, you guys. Like, I didn't think it would get to this point. I think it's a cowardly way to take things, and I really wish he would face the music and own up to his mistakes and really just set an example for people, for everybody who has these accusations against them. I mean, I'm sure it'll take years and years and years for Diddy to come right out and say it and take accountability, because it must be very hard for him to deal with the truth because he's been skirting around it for so long. But if he actually did an apology that made a ton of sense, actually made amends and served the time, I think that would set a great example for everybody out there. But at the same time, I do think that he is CIA, that he does work with the feds. So chances of that happening will never happen. And even if he did unalive himself, you know what? I'm a very conspiracy-minded kind of guy. I'm sure you recognize that on the channel if you've been watching me for a long time. I wouldn't be surprised if it was staged, sort of like. Anyway, I'm going to bleep that out, but I think I know what you're talking about. He owned the island in the Caribbean and procured young females to said island. Anyway, guys, what do you think of this news? I'm interested in hearing your comments. Sound off in the comments below. And if you made it this far and enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit my face here and let's roll the outro. Bye, guys.